I tell you this, and I leave you. I'm told about a preacher who had preached a revival down in Florida.
Yes, sir, yes.
Left that church driving his car one night.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
This preacher left the revival going down a dark and lonely street.
Yeah.
As he drove his car, he ran out of gas.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Sat there on that dark, lonely road.
Yeah, yeah.
Many miles from anywhere.
Anywhere.
Late over in the darkness of the night.
Yes, sir.
He said, well, I guess I'll pray now.
Yeah.
And somebody know circumstances and conditions sure will cause you to pray.
Yeah.
But I'm told today, before the preacher prayed, he said, Lord,
Lord.
I don't even know what I should say. And he prayed the prayer, Lord, tell me what I should say. And in my own heart, I believe that the prayer that gets to heaven is the prayer that starts in heaven. And he began to pray, Lord, Lord, the first car that comes by, let that car stop and help me along the way. Preacher said he believed that God had put those words in his heart. And he prayed, Lord, the first car that comes along, let that car stop and pick me up. He said, Lord, if the first car does not stop and pick me up, then I'm going to say that you have not answered my prayer. Oh, Lord, before I leave you or go any further, I want to ask you today, is there anybody here who believes the Lord will answer prayer? While he sat there in his car praying to the Lord, I heard him say, Lord, the first car, let that car come by and help. And as he sat there looking out of his rear view mirror, then he could see the lights of a car from way back yonder. And the preacher said, I knew that that was the car because I could feel something way down on the inside. You let me tell you, and that car came, looked at the preacher, and drove on by. And the preacher sat there, downcasted, said, Lord, I know what you told me to say. And, oh, Lord, I know what you told me to do. And, you know, sometimes we get in too big a hurry for the Almighty God. Oh, Lord, the preacher said, well, I know what I'll do now. He got out of his car and held out his thumb. And another car passed by and he held out his thumb. And another car passed by and he held out his thumb. And another a car came and he held out his thumb. I heard the preacher say, well, won't nobody stop and help me? I guess I'll walk now. Yeah, the preacher started to walking, and while he was walking from the direction that the first car went, he saw lights coming. Have I got a witness? And before that preacher could make 2 or 3 steps, that first car came back and rolled the window down and said, well, do you need a ride? The preacher said, yes. Ooh, Lord, the preacher got in the car with him. I heard him say, well, wasn't that you that passed me by a few minutes ago? The man said, yes. Ooh, Lord, the preacher said, tell me, why did you pass me by? The man said, well, I saw you, but I was afraid to stop and pick you up. The preacher said, well, tell me, why did you come back? That man said, well,